Brusco.
Okay, TNC. TNC.
We're still missing the Rome and gold part, right?
Yeah. We don't know if it's Rome
the
or
Hilda.
Hilda. There's a flex. Honestly, there's a three-way flex going on for the side of TNC. Safest bet would be to go Lapu.
For 3 more and then put the Hilda onto Chaknu?
I wanna say put the Lapu in gold, honestly.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, you could just go Lapu 3 Mar and then call me crazy, but Obsidia last pick for TNC, or even the carry.
It worked actually.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a very phenomenal Obsidia user. The Phobius is possible here for TNC Pro Team. And a Bane gold here for Benny Cutie.
Okay, the Bane gold I like.
Now it's up to ONIC PH to get the hero for Kelra. Is it going to be a fighter gold or the traditional route of a marksman?
Probably Claude, carry, Aerith.
Yeah.
Even though there's you could argue some rubies, honestly.
What if?
Masha.
Wait, I'm trying to lip read what Coach Wynut is doing.
What if you go Clint here? Clint, Natan.
Claude?
Yeah, they're hovering over Ruby. They're hovering over Ruby. That's the best choice.
Lock it in.
That's the best choice.
Okay, that's
I
going.
like this. I don't understand this Phobius pick, by the way.
Maybe I'm more on the comfort. Here for 3 more, they just don't want to use the Lapu yet again. Considering he's up against the Uranus here for Kirk.
I don't know. I mean, even if I try justifying it, I still don't see. I mean, there's a lot of like sustain on the Phobius, I guess.
There's also, always a rainbow. I'm trying to find the rainbow.
Yeah, I can't find it. We have to wait and see till the game starts.
But let's look at how will TNC Pro Team work their way up as ONIC Philippine locks in the Ruby here for Kelra. As you mentioned, you're liking the Ruby last pick here.
Yeah. It seems like a great team fight comp, honestly, for ONIC Philippines.
But let's see if it will reflect on the way that they play this game as we move on forward onto the Land of Dawn, onto this do or die match, game number 2 between TNC and ONIC. Casters, it's your time.
If Midnight likes that Ruby, I love that Bane. Welcome to game number 2. It's Leo and Bring It Up, bringing you the chance for TNC to maybe get back on the board as they're down 0-1 against ONIC Philippines.
Welcome to Mobile
Taking
Legends.
game 2s or maybe alternate games isn't something new to TNC, and they were able to accomplish that even against the top team of the regular season just yesterday. That's Aurora. And now let's see how they do that, because I'm liking the adjustments from ONIC so far. There's so much respect towards TNC's key heroes, but this time they get the Lancelot too. I think that's another surprise, because they've been making sure Zyda doesn't get a hold of any in game number 1.
Yep, so you see here, TNC just put their foot on the gas and say, yeah, just get Zyda on something, because that joy was a little too much in game number 1. A lot of action in mid here. Almost getting taken down is Lancy, but he's caught up. King Kong on that usage. Oh no, Chaknu!
Wait, this is a Hilda! But at least she got to flicker in the bush.
Trigger that passive, get a little bit of shields on healing. Looking at the initial item builds, you'll see that both jugglers get a little bit of extra damage to speed up that farm. What's the gold lane situation like? Again, a Bane versus a Ruby, both have some level of added sustainability.
Yeah, I guess you gotta time the skills very well if you're the Bane. Because a Ruby can jump from or blink every now and then, that's the passive, but if you get to time it so well, or maybe even right after the passive, then there's no choice, there's no other option but for the Ruby to receive majority of the damage. And I'm probably talking about mostly the deadly catch, if that's the case. But it's not like that's the goal for our gold laners. It's not like they want to kill each other in lane.
They want to leave the lane, enjoying this turtle fight, and that's what Kelra is doing. Look at how fast he's going. Brusco jumps on him, Turtle gets pulled slightly over to TNC.
They're really trying to make things hard for Zyda here. He still has vision of the objective, though. Everybody jumping in, and who gets the turtle? It's 3 Mar who actually finally gets it! The Deadly Cat deals so much damage to ONIC though because Benny Cutie joins the fight as well. And Lancy takes a kill on Kelra.
The Phoenix Army come alive. Suddenly, the red side of the Cuneta Astrodome makes some noise as TNC score that first turtle, get 2 free kills as well. But, you know, I don't blame ONIC because looking at their lineup now, they can't do much in the early game. What were they expecting? What was the best case scenario here? A Raging Sandstorm into a Time of Fend and into really, they don't have damage output yet.
Yeah, but it was clear that they wanted the objective. Benny has the flicker to survive though. And Benny did so much in that previous fight. I guess that's true. ONIC, they just tried to see what they can. But Chaco right here could be punished. Mountain Shocker will be used, but that's about it.
Yep, the best thing that ONIC can do is, I don't want to think that I'm being a pessimist by saying this, but accept the fact that the early game ain't yours. Maybe even a part of the mid game. And then use that Uranus as the tool that it's meant to be. A blunt force object.
Yeah.
You just buy time away from 3-Mar and own that half of the map so that you can get farm on King Kong. Like that's the only solution I can see now.
I guess even despite that though, it's clear that they're trying to keep themselves in the game. Maybe through, let's say, Brusco and how he keeps trying to invade. Or maybe disrupt Zyda. Pay attention to how his farming patterns are because I guess the Khalid's just that capable of doing that. He's been trying to scout Zyda for a huge majority of the past 4 minutes, but now it's TNC who just keeps grouping up and applying pressure to ONIC and their farm.
Yep, and what that'll do is you'll end up with a dead Khalid. You don't want that. You can't afford that. You can't give more gold over to TNC. They're up 1,000 gold now, and they're owning this turtle pit. Mount Shocker by King Kong. 3-Mar jumps on Kelra.
You know, he's liking how his passive is almost always active because of the blink skills. But now Jaknu going in gets punished instead. There's the Infernal Pursuits from 3-Mar though, but he gets dragged all the way in between their 2 turrets. Kurt fighting back. It's a double kill for him already. Lancy though using his ultimate. Will he get to buy the trade? What? The damage from Benny Cutie.
He spit on that thing as if a deadly catch wasn't enough. He hit that ale on a Kirk too. Again, Kirk had it coming, all right? He's but a baby Uranus. He's just a little small floating boy, and he can only build so much. I want to see the items because I want to see what he's prioritizing first, right? Is he going physical defense or magic defense first? And looking at it, it seems like it's magic first lately.
Yeah. Benny flickered there. Had to survive that attempt.
See? So it's majority magic because, you know, tough boots, and then he just has a singular Jerkin. So he had the right damage profile read out. It's just, it's too much coming from Bane this early.
And this Bane, I think they've tried to at least take him out twice in this game already.
Never, didn't work yet.
But every single time he had his flicker intact. So it's just an easy escape that we get to see from Benny Cutie all the time, and he already gets to pick up his Sky Piercer as well.
See how hard the Sigma jungler is working. He's using that Infinite GT30 Pro experience victory for every Madlang gamer. This is your Infinite Can-Cam. Playing on the Infinite GT30 Pro. Chaknu, wow, takes a good chunk of damage. ONIC's got that yellow Ubi going.
Yeah, there are 5 members approaching mid, and Zyda's at the opposite of the map. So could they be looking for a fight or just a quick way to blitz the Lord? Or the Turtle, rather.
Oh, what's he thinking? Went for that conceal and force to use the Raging Sandstorm defensively.
Yeah, and now Zyda's back. He can join the fight if he wanted to. So this could potentially break out into a 5v5. Turtle's already here as well. But I have my eyes on Benny. How do they deal with Benny and not get taken out by the surprise burst damage when they've all committed their resources onto the team fight that broke out even without him there just yet?
I think you and ONIC are on the same page. They have their eyes on Benny and they see that he's in mid. So any time that he just sidesteps, he could be part of the turtle. So they'd rather pay attention to what side is doing first. And if some way, somehow, TNC walk away with both the turtle and the turret, that's all losses for ONIC. So they're just mitigating mitigating the damage, covering up what holes need to be covered up so the sink doesn't completely ship. Looking at the items, oh my god. Benny already has a Sky Piercer and a Holy Crystal. He's fully freeing out, Bree.
I do not want to stay close to that kind of Bane at this point. Not when I'm in this spot, not if I'm ONIC and I have a bit of catching up to do. And even if you have so many potential crowd control sources, if you put yourself up close, then that's not going to be a good thing either. Super Prince already using him. Oh, what? How was Lancey caught there?
A sudden response from ONIC. I'll tell you how, Bree. I'm offended. He went in too close. I think there was a window between that move, that dash in, and him clicking the Brilliance, and Kelra clicking that I'm offended. Brusco and the gang are on Chakru's tail. I'll tell you now, it's a small window of time, but ONIC found it.
I guess you can't really assume that ONIC gets tunnel visioned when they want to chase after a target, because it's so easy for them to just switch on the spot. And I guess that's also probably what happened to Lancey earlier. Maybe he thought they were actually trying to just go for the chase, but then they saw Lancey, and in the blink of an eye, they just suddenly shifted targets.
Yep, that's the secret in ONIC's success, especially in their height in the M6 World Championships. It's so scary because they're so good at macro, but also mechanically speaking, any and all of them are always so on point. That's what's keeping this gold lead on a manageable scale. What is that now? About 3,000 gold between ONIC and TNC, despite everything that TNC has walked away with. And a good chunk of that gold is still on King Kong. So between him and Zaida, there still is a chance that if ONIC can find a good position, they could steal this war.
Because now TNC are the ones holding it, so maybe stealing the objective will be the way to go. Super Prince, though, already forcing the Brilliance out of Lancey. But Kelra, look at the amount of crowd control they're able to use onto 3mar. That's going to be a kill over to ONIC. Deadly catch and the retribution from TNC to take that objective.
TNC just had too much distance. A lot of space they're working with. Chakno with a conceal, thinking if they're going to go for the counter attack. He jumps King Kong. Superfam ain't having none of this. They know that they've already lost. Turtle, Lord, everything belongs to Zaida.
So Yumar was the sacrifice. And they had to put 3 bodies over there just to deal with him. And no one else could have went near TNC.
Nope. It's worth it, I'll tell you now. I think it's a good trade. Look at this. Kelra on his old teammate Chakno. It's interesting how Chakno's using this Hilda. Is it just their lineup, or how Chakno seems to have unlocked a new way to play Hilda?
Is he some sort of like bait for majority of the game?
Yeah, he's... Usually you see a Hilda like want to try to whack dudes out, but this is like man-to-man defense Hilda.
He's just the guy who shows up first.
Like a shadow.
And then he gets poked down really low, like what's happening now.
Runs away.
Runs away. But then TNC, it still seems as if they're in the perfect condition to fight if ONIC chooses to.
There's just too much going on for ONIC to deal with. And they've been trying, they've been holding on. Again, putting farm on King Kong, being on point for Kelra's I'm Offended on the turnaround. But TNC have been able to flourish under that, approaching the 4K gold lead.
Maybe it's really that one fight to enable King Kong that they're looking at, that they're waiting for. A team fight where Benny isn't as free and where Lancey feels a bit awkward to go in. Clearly you should feel awkward. There's a Khalid, there's a Ruby, there's a Terrify threat from Super Prince, but no purple buffs yet again.
Oh, King Kong gets denied his purple. Grant the purple right in your face. What you gonna do about it, King? At least Zaida had to use the retribution. Well, sadly, King Kong did too as a response, but looking at the items, he's behind 1,000 gold. You know what? In perspective, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
King Kong has damage.
It's nice and it's really great how they're able to somehow keep up. But it seems like they have to work together just to provide for King Kong. And maybe that's that's what ONIC's doing right now. Like, maybe sacrificing a couple of structures because all they really have to pay attention to is King Kong and him not getting left behind too much. Because if you look at their lineup, they really have to invest a lot, and if not everything, on King Kong. With Super Prince down low, Phantom Execution, but at least he has the brilliance from the IMU to get away.
All right, the answer from ONIC. It's a 4v5, and all this while, hey, ever seen a split pushing Uranus? That's what Kirk did. And TNC, they respond by going at the Lord. They know that they can't take this because Kirk is already rotated.
Yeah. He can catch up anytime and come from behind, but I'm pretty sure TNC already know that. They have vision. Lancey already sees Kirk. Chaknu, though, already half HP. What's the plan for TNC here? The plan is to just keep disrupting and zoning as Zyda takes the objective, but it's not just zoning that they do. They take out King Kong and Brusco too.
I can imagine the communications. Let him hit the Traceless. Let him in. And TNC punished now. 3 more chasing down Kirk.
Kirk's trying to run away. It's a Uranus, he can.
What? Off camera, Fringe gets popped.
By Zyda and Benny.
Zyda is a monster.
No, rather.
They got a Lord coming through bot. Mid lane's gonna go down. There's very little things that can stop a Bane from taking your structures. They're at 7K up now.
Dreamar actually went in there. Zyda's going to provide the follow-up. Dreamar gets traded out, and they finally take the base turret. But Lancey will have to say goodbye as well. ONIC defend as much as they can. King Kong still alive. Does TNC still force this?
All right, Prince looking for a target. Can't exactly use IMU while you're in the air. Gets that deadly catch, takes care of that Lord. But they lose their last inhibitor up top.
Okay, they just force the base turrets at least. Magic Sentry revealing Chaknu, but there's the conceal play still. ONIC might want to look for something, and it's Benny Cutie that they're trying to go after. But they spot Zyda, and they have to back away.
Here's the real dilemma. How do you stop Zyda purely? Like, how do you take him down? Because Frizz doesn't have exactly the best crowd control. Brusco has just one big one. Kelra, it's temporary. You know, you displace him, but
Yeah.
Phantom Execution, Thorn Rose, Puncture, I'm good. I think that's a huge dilemma here
Yeah.
that ONIC has.
And ideally, in those brief moments, you should have enough burst damage to deal with the Lancelot, but it seems like they don't! Phantom Execution gets held for a bit, but still, Zyda making his way, dealing enough damage, forcing Super Frizz to walk back to the base. See, it's even in those small openings that you don't get to see the damage coming from ONIC just yet.
And that's when he was already serving himself up on a silver platter. You see how he punctured into the rest of ONIC, and none of them could stop him. That is the real issue here. Zyda has gone unfettered. He is running through ONIC's side of the jungle and through their lineup with impunity. 7-6, a bare base. ONIC haven't even broken through the tier 2s. I mean, I'd like to see them come back to that tier 2 up top. I'd like to see somehow maybe Kirk set it up, because that seemed to work. And he's had a looking at the stats, Brigida, he's had the best game out of all the Super Fam right now at 3-2-1.
Yeah, that's true. But Zyda and the rest of TNC might not let ONIC do that anymore. They've been paying attention to the top lane even, especially now that we are about to see the next Lord spawn. So they're keeping, or they're managing everything before this objective, which feels like it heavily favors them either way.
Yep, again, that's what you get when the map is on your side, when you got a huge 6K gold lead, and when the opponent's utility, I'm talking about ONIC, just isn't enough. Like, there's so many things to set up for you to even clap back. This ain't even a dance. This is literally a sting operation. It's an entrapment by TNC. They're gonna do the same thing. They might even let King Kong trace this in just for them to kill him again.
Yeah, but look at how Prince and Brusco are holding this rush.
Whoa.
Oh no, the Flicker Raging Sandstorm doesn't connect, and Keller actually gets targeted by Zyda over here. King Kong is looking to be next. Another Thorn Rose successfully takes him down, and Chaknu's blocking everybody.
They use Benny as bait, and Zyda gets a triple. He's on Brusco.
A failed attempt
way this Uranus defends.
Godlike for Zaida as he gets a hold of the Lancelot. TNC are not letting us have a sweep.